Alright, just going to record where we're at on the project. Got the chain tensioner on the second jack shaft or sprocket to the third. There's a chain tensioner right down there. Okay. And you can see that there's a pivot point right in the middle, about the middle of the screen here in the video. And then the actual sprocket is chain tensioner sprockets right there. Okay. So the chain goes underneath the chain tensioner sprocket because I didn't have enough room to do it another way, and then comes up and goes around the little I think it's a 10-tooth sprocket and back up. Yeah. And then on this end, there's a turnbuckle right there. Okay. It's attached to the bottom threaded rod. It also holds the PMA, but it's a nice spot to tie in the turnbuckle that comes up. And then we just drilled a little hole into the end of these, what I had laying around, 3 flat bar aluminum, and put a little lock washer and nut on there, and got myself a cheap way of tightening and loosening the tension on the chain tensioner, which is just a lever, right? That's all it is, just a lever. The point right there in the middle, kind of hard to see behind the chain, and the chain tensioner, and that's it. So that worked. Had some binding issues, you know, the two things with chains. If it's too tight, it's a problem. If it's too loose, it's a problem. And of course, alignment. So the tension of the chain and alignment, if you're having problems, it's one or the other, or it could be both. So spent a few hours monkeying around with that today. Finally got that all installed. And then, while I was at it, I went ahead and installed the other PMA that has the sprocket on it. Some other videos, you may remember that I put that sprocket on there and how I went about doing that. So yeah, I went ahead and ran the chain from the last jack shaft to the PMA. And the PMA just, of course, uses turnbuckles to keep it in place, plus some just some nuts and washers down there, some lock washers on this piece here to keep it, you know, stable. And so that worked out pretty good. Okay. And so far no binding. I was able to turn it with my hand from that sprocket and the whole thing turned. I don't really know how many pounds it's taken to turn it, you know, by the seat of my pants, so to speak. You know, over 5 pounds, less than 10 maybe, I'm not really sure. So maybe a little more than I anticipated, but, and I haven't ran the chain, and I got to do the chain tensioner for this, and this big sprocket, the little one there. So that little sprocket there will be the driver that's going to go out into a weighted system. So I haven't gotten, that's obviously not sitting here, but that's next on the plate. And you know, after some further thought and analysis, I think I'm going to need to double up on this sprocket, put 2 sprockets here, put a double roller, because the amount of torque that's going to be coming into this is going to be too much probably for this chain, 35 chain to handle. 35 chains limited to about 500 pounds, maybe a little less, and we're going to be right at that limit. So we're going to split the load across 2 chains and just keep it safe. So probably 2 sprockets on the same holder here, with a little spacer between them, just run the same bolts right through both of them. And hopefully I won't have to double up on this big sprocket here. I'm going to leave it as a single chain for now, and we'll just see how it goes as it runs from there to there. Okay, that's it. Video's getting long. Just wanted to share that thing with you. Things with you guys. Been a while since I ran some videos, so there we go. Okay, thanks for hanging with me.